Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about, are your relationships defining you?
Greetings! This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Now, are your relationships defining you? Are you a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a teacher, a doctor, a grandparent? Are your relationships defining you? You see, those are simply relationship descriptions, and it's not who you are. It's simply part of your script. And these roles are only, I'm going to say, they're insignificant compared to who you are. You as a source fractal. They can present challenges and beneficial things in this game. But if you are looking at those relationships and those other people's, or that role that you're playing to fulfill you, then you will have difficulty in this game. You see, because you have to know who you are as source. You have to know and be strong, have a strong source self connection, so that you can walk in your empowerment. Now, this doesn't come from outside of you. It really doesn't come from outside of you. It's not in that relationship or the validation of someone else taking this journey with you, or even someone else taking the journey. You see, because it's you. You can only experience your own journey. And everything else is an illusion. Everything else is an illusion. And I'm going to even say the source players are illusions. They have source energy, source fractals, synergy cells, but you're still looking at an illusion of them. Now, this is your game. You created it. You make the choices. You even choose the relationships that you enter into. You have the ability to make the choice door decisions, to enter into relationships with people or not. And once you walk through a certain door, then you have other choices to make. This game can be very draining and tiring to a source player who is dependent upon others outside of themselves to make them feel strong, significant, beautiful, or anything else. Your worth does not come from anybody else's thoughts about you, or the fact that they want to be with you, or that they're living in the same house with you. That is not where your sense of worth should ever come from. You see, because those relationships could be here one day and gone the next. And in some cases, they may not even last the day. And your frequency level will determine a lot of those relationships will drop away and drop off as your frequency climbs. You see, because they can't really come where you're at. And you don't have the power to power them there. And it wouldn't be in your benefit to have them there. Sometimes you have to let go of the old to have new, to have what you really want. And there's nothing wrong with letting go of old relationships. Absolutely nothing wrong. Most relationships don't last an entire lifetime, unless they're there by design. Your mother is always your mother. Your father is always your father. Your brothers and sisters, they're always there, although they're not in your life at all times. And sometimes they're very distant. Sometimes you don't talk to them for over a year. sometimes you don't see them for years and years and years and years because they live in a different state, country, wherever. And they're just faint memories in your script because they're not in your life right now. And it's okay. You need to live in your now day. Make choices for relationships that benefit you, and not give in to being manipulated by others because they want a relationship and you don't. It's your choice. And they don't matter. Yes, I said that. They don't matter. You see, because you're only responsible for your own experience here. Now, if you want to include them, great. As long as they want to include you, that's great. But you should be holding every relationship with an open hand, recognizing that it could change. It could change at any point in time. And you need to be okay with that. Relationships do not define you. You are source, and many of the relationships that you are experiencing here are simply illusions and soulless ones. They are not even source players. And so those soulless relationships are designed to harvest energy from you for the matrix and to get you to basically give you up your power over your life experience here. You need to make choices in your life that will benefit you. And if you are in a relationship that has run its course and is no longer beneficial to you, or you are with someone who is overly needy and sucking life out of you, then you need to evaluate. Now, I'm not telling you have to leave that relationship because that's always your choice. But you need to be aware of what's going on and then make an informed decision of whether you want to continue that relationship. Is it going to change? Not likely. Are you going to want to live the rest of your life with that needy person or that unsatisfying relationship? Well, that's totally up to you. Again, that's your choice and your journey. But it may not benefit you to stay in those relationships. Those relationships do not define you. And if you've never been married, there is no need for you to go and get married. Even if your parents are pushing on you to get married and have kids, well, kids are probably one of the worst decisions you could make at this point in time. There are no new source players entering this game at this time. So having children would mean you're having soulless ones. And children are always designed to harvest energy from the parents. And it's a lot of responsibility. It's not like having a puppy dog or a cat or any other kind of animal. And why do you want to have children? With the experience? You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You really don't know what you're getting yourself into. Take all that energy and make something wonderful in your life. Now, parents who are pushing for grandchildren or whatever, well, that's usually just the matrix working on you. And, don't let family or relationships define you, and don't let them push you into doing something that you would rather not do or experience. This is your life to live. They've had theirs to live. They've made their choices. They have no right to tell you what your choices should be in this game. If you find these videos to be beneficial and helpful to you in your journey, then it benefits you to say thank you via PayPal as you unlock things within yourself by your choice that benefits you and unlocks higher frequencies, abundance, health, and prosperity to you.